Hey everyone, welcome to Cool Kids Art, and let's draw this Runaway Kid from Little Nightmares. And to start off, I will do a quick sketch with a pencil, and then we're gonna finish it off with a Sharpie for the line work. Alright, so for this Runaway Kid, we're gonna start off with his hair because it's so large. So we're gonna start off here, right in front of his eyes. So we're just gonna make some bangs right here. Just kind of show different strands. Okay. So then we're gonna go all the way around. So this is gonna be the rest of his hair, the whole volume on the top. So we're just gonna go all the way around. Just kind of give it some loose ends like this, you know, so that this looks like strands of hair. So it doesn't have to be exact. Okay, so there is a parting line kind of right in the middle. So we can actually put a little bit of strands coming out from the middle. Okay, so once we have that, then we can work on his face. So right around here, I'm just gonna give his chin. And he's looking down, so we're not gonna see his eyes, right? He's got really long hair. And then for the nose, we're just gonna go, it's real simple, just a little arch like that. And then his lips, kind of like that. Because we're seeing it from the top, so there's not gonna be a lot of definition. All right, so once we have that, let's move on to his body. So we can do his chest right here for his clothing. I'm gonna come straight down, kind of like that. Because it's kind of folded. Okay, so we're gonna connect that. And then we can actually do his arms first. So let's go in for his arm. It's kind of like two kind of parallel lines. Okay, so we're gonna cut that off right there for his cuff. And then we can do his other arm. So right here, there's a little seam right here for his clothing. I'm gonna go all the way down. Again, almost parallel, kind of flaring out a little bit just to give it some variation so it's not so boring. And now we can work on the back side. Okay, and then we're gonna connect the bottom of his clothing. Okay, and then for the little detail, it's got a little bit of in the center. It's kind of like this little photo area for his clothing. Okay, so once we have that, now let's work on his hands. So we're gonna come this way. So that's gonna represent the upper, this whole palm area with the finger, and we're gonna come in like this. And then we're gonna work on his little thumb area right here. And then for his back fingers, right, the middle finger behind, so we just put two little fingers right there. And then now we can work on his other hand. And for this one, we're gonna make it look like, you know, he's holding on to his flashlight. So we're not gonna see his fingers. Okay. And then from perspective, you can do two arcs like this. And then connect that. And that'll be the flashlight. So this would be the tip of his flashlight. And we can add a little bit more detail like that just to make it a little bit more realistic. And now we can move on to his legs. So let's see, from here we can go, let's just go this way. Again, almost parallel, but not quite. Okay, so meeting back to the center of his clothing right here. And then we can draw in these little lines right here because it's stretching his clothing, right? So just to give it a little bit more realistic look to it. And here on the back. Okay, so this line comes over because the leg is going backwards. And then for this one, let's see, we can do the little cuff right here where he's being chained. And then we can do the little link. Okay, and then for this leg, we just go down the two low line. And then we keep going down a little bit, right? And then we're gonna do his foot. I'm gonna do his toe, And then just a couple of lines right here. We don't have to do all the little toes because usually for cartoons we can simplify that. And then now we're going back to the other one. There's this arch of the foot. And again, his big toe. And then we can just do just like that. Maybe 3, smaller ones is fine. Okay, let's see. I think that's about it. A little bit more detail, maybe a little bit more folds right here for his clothing. Just so that makes it a little bit more interesting. Alright, so that is the step-by-step line work for this Runaway Kid. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you do, please do give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.